What up, though? What up, though? What up, though, with my peeps? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cross Watcher, little Taurus, lot of Taurus in the chart. This message is going to be another message. This message could resonate with you. If it don't, if it don't, it can. I'll see you on the next one. If it just resonate a little bit, take that little bit, fit it in, and get it. Fit it in where it get in. Don't make it. Don't force it to fit. Because all throughout the message, all throughout my messages, you will get something. It may not be your story, but we ain't even gonna be talking about no stories today, right? So I'm gonna need you to listen. I'm gonna need you to take in. I'm gonna need you to think and reflect. I'm gonna need you to sit down with God and see where you fit, see what you are at, so you can make some adjustments, make some changes, or think things through from a different perspective. So, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm still we got today and tomorrow for the fundraiser for my alumni, the band, helping the young kids all the way to high school get back into these music programs, to keep them off the street, to keep them focused, to keep them into doing something positive. If you want to donate, please go to the description box. If you already donated, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right. I don't care if you just buy one bag of popcorn. The popcorn is good anyway. But one bag of popcorn, that's one bag of popcorn that can get a kid, go towards getting a kid an instrument, or getting a kid something that they make, a uniform, or getting a kid something. Right. So with that being said, thank you. You already know what time it is. I'm not really going to go into a long spiel. So I'm just going to go into all about the healing. Let me do that again. Because it's early. All about the healing. Look at here. All right. So, yesterday I was reading the comments, and I read a comment talking about betrayal. And I want to talk about it. Not just to that person, to all of us, because we've all been betrayed some way, some shape, form, or fashion. We have already all felt that sting of betrayal. And so for majority of us, we still are feeling betrayed and still going through different cycles of betrayal. So when I read the comment, God spoke to me that I need to, address this to the collective, because it's not just this person. We all have been there, going through it, or getting ready to go through another betrayal. See, because betrayals are lessons. See, these last couple of messages, they all align and connect together in some type of way. See, betrayal is a lesson that we must learn, and God is utilizing people, places, and things for you to learn it. Now, in my experience, betrayal It's a lesson about value, about your value, about your worth, about who you are as a person, and about the power that you hold as a spiritual being. Without betrayal, you would know how valuable you are. See, betrayal places you in a predicament where you either going to accept these people that is betraying you by knowing what they're doing and allowing them to do those things to you because you don't feel like you're worthy. You don't feel like you deserve better than those. You don't deserve better. You don't deserve to be treated better than the way these people are treating you. So you go along with it. It's called people pleasing. But ultimately, it's betrayal. Betrayal to you, who you are, what you stand for. It goes against everything. It undermines everything. See, but then you have the betrayal that you don't know about. You have the betrayal that you don't know about because that could be family, that could be your friends. They have hidden agendas and motives behind the friendship. You think one way about them, but they think another way about you, and it's not the same. So in the background, they're thinking, trying to find a way to undermine you, to hurt you, to ruin you, to, one up you, to compete with you. So they do everything they can behind the scenes, unbeknownst to you. You're giving them the ammunition. You're speaking. You're telling them all your business because this is somebody that you trust. This is somebody that you love. This is somebody that you think that cares about you. So when you realize that this person, these people, they don't care about you. They don't love you like you love them. They don't even look at you the way you look at them. When you find that out and all the things that they've been doing behind your back, it can set you back a little bit. It can mess up your mind. It can take you to a place that you ain't never thought that you'll never thought that you would find your place, find yourself to be in. So let's talk about that. Because as it stands today, a lot of us in the collective is still going through this transition, and still we're getting ready to go towards a new beginning. We're getting ready to go towards what we discussed yesterday, being free to live life and live it more abundantly. But do you honestly think that you're going to be able to go through that new beginning and transition and all of that without a jab? Jab here, jab there? You're not. So, betrayal is a lesson. And majority of you all have learned that lesson because it's a lesson to teach you that your value, your time, your effort, it don't compare. It teaches you to protect you. It teaches you to stand in your power, your truth of who you are, and not let people that's undeserving in your space. It teaches you to walk away and turn away, release, cut, release, and walk away and turn away from these people, places, and things that don't resonate with you. Those are lessons, and that's a process to be able to get to that point. So, but when I read the message, the comment, the energy was, I stopped talking to people because everybody betrayed me, and it's like, I get it, but the energy is, I stopped talking to people because everybody betrayed me, that, and I'm scared, I don't trust nobody. That energy, and I'm not speaking from this is a teachable moment. Because when you stop talking to people and you cut people off, that's not the energy you need to be in. See, because that's fear. You cutting people off because you scared. You're scared that somebody's going to hurt you again. That's fear. If you are in fear, you can't have faith. You got to pick one. You can't have both. And if you are in fear, then they got you. That person, they got you. Your enemy, your ops, they got you where they want you. They want you in fear. They want you. Fear is low vibrational. Faith is the higher realms. That's not the energy you need to be in. When you are in fear and you're isolating yourself because you don't trust people, the ops, the very people that you don't trust, the very people that you are cutting off, you are giving them your power. They hold the power, not you. They got you where they want you. Isolated from people, places, and things that can lift you up, that can lift your vibration up, who can love you. See, this world is full of low people who is out to hurt, who is out to disdain and ruin and hate on you. But there's also people here who can love, restore, transform, lift you up, place you on solid ground where you can be able to go on and move on, lift it up, not down. Where there's people here that can elevate your faith and have you to believe in yourself more than keep giving people your power. Giving your power away because you're scared. It's a lesson. It's not, this is a lesson. It's not a punishment that you got to punish yourself that you can enjoy your life and be around people like-minded people, be around people who love you, who want to be around you, who would treat you with dignity and respect like you're supposed to be. Every one of us have a soul tribe. If you isolate yourself, don't get out there. I ain't saying you got to get out there and party and find, no. But isolating yourself in fear is different from guarding your energy. Those two different things. When you guard your energy, you still in faith. That means that you still can meet people. You still can grow with people. You guarding your energy. You're not allowing people, places, and things to come into your energy field that do not deserve it. That's different from you isolating yourself in fear because you don't trust nobody. When you are isolating yourself in fear, when you don't trust nobody, that means that you are limiting yourself. You're not living your best life. You're living in fear. And when you live in your life in fear, the very thing you fear, you will always get and manifest in your life. Because you're scared. You're scared somebody's going to come in and hurt you and make a fool out of you again. Well, that's what's going to happen. You're manifesting that through that fear. You can't go through life like that. You can't be fearful. On this channel, I speak about fear all the time. It crosses. Fear crosses out any type of positive thing that can come to you in your life. Because if you're fearful, that's what they want you to be. They want you to be fearful so they can continue to take your energy, continue to cipher, continue to control, continue to manipulate you. But when you have faith, you're standing in your power, in your truth, you already know the deal. You already know that there's people, places, and things that's trying to come at you. You already know there's people, places, and things that's trying to target you. You know that there's people, places, and things that's trying to attack you. You already know it. But by faith and by the Most High God, it ain't gonna happen. See, your faith is what sees you through. Your faith is what anchors everything. But if you living in fear, you cut people off because you scared, not cut people off because you deserve better. Not cut people off because they don't deserve you. You are valuable. That's not what you did. You cut them off because you're scared that if you continue the relationship, they're going to continue to hurt you. Not because you're valuable. Not because you're worthy to have better friends and better people in your life. You didn't take your power back. You went and cut them off, but they got you where they want you. Now they're controlling you. Just because they're not in your life and you cut them off doesn't mean that that's the end of it. You didn't learn the lesson. The lesson is that you deserve better. The lesson is that you are worthy to have good people that love you, treat you the way you treat them. That is the lesson. Not fear because you can't trust nobody. Yes, you can. If you had faith, you could trust. Because if you placed it in God's hands and if you listen and let him lead the way, you will see right through people soon as they walk up to you. You will see right through them. There will be no one that will be able to trick you, manipulate you, use you. betray you, but you choosing fear, not faith. You're choosing fear. And when you choose fear, all you're doing is giving your power away back to them same people who have done you wrong. And when you choose fear, you're getting ready to go through that same cycle because you have not learned the lesson. The lesson wasn't about the betrayal. The lesson is about you. Teaching you who you are. Teaching you your value, your worth. Teaching you how beautiful you are. That you don't have to settle. Teaching you that you run the show, not them. They want 9 times out of 10, they want what you got. They want to be like you. They want to copy you. They want whatever you got, what you got going on in your life. The lesson is for you to learn that what the betrayal really is spiritually. Not just what the person did. Why did they do it? Because they want something that you got. They see your value and you don't. They see your worth and you don't. If everybody betrayed you, then you still not listening and knowing what the lesson is and getting the lesson. You in fear. And as long as you in fear and keep fearing that somebody gonna hurt you, keep fearing somebody, you can't have a friend, you can't have nobody because you in fear, you're not isolated because you haven't met your tribe. You're not isolated because you have not found those like-minded people. You isolated because you can't trust nobody. You ain't learned the lesson. You ain't learned the lesson. The betrayal wasn't about trust. The betrayal was about you seeing who these people are versus who you are. The betrayal was you didn't see your value. You placed their value over yours. They saw who you were. They saw who you are, but you don't see it. In some type of way, you place these people on a pedestal. But you're the one that's supposed to have a throne. You're the one that have the gift, the talent, and abilities. You're the one that God is training to place queen, king status. That God is working with. That God is trying, tested, and proving that you deserve to have that throne. But you don't see it. And as long as you don't see it, you can hide, you can run, you can isolate yourself. But until you learn that lesson, your value, your worth, you're going to keep going around and around in that circle. And it's not going to matter. You can cut everybody off. You can isolate yourself and don't go. It's going to manifest in other ways. Until you get that lesson that you need to get about who you are, your value, your worth. Betrayal is never about the people, it's about you. That's why after people betray you, you figure out who these people are and that they doing all these things behind your back and they doing all these things and getting away. And God, that's why God show you each and every time you find out about these people. God show you each time that he tried to tell you about these people and you didn't listen. every time somebody betray you, God runs the timeline that their ancestors, they run that timeline. Angels, they run that timeline to show you every time they try to tell you about that person and you did not listen. And every time you did not listen, that means that you place this person, place or thing on a pedestal higher than your value and your worth. They were worth more than you every time you did that. But then when you find out, it's a big blowout. And God finally gets your attention about this person. Now you hurt. Now you want to cut everybody off. Everybody betrayed you, but God tried to tell you, God tried to warn you about these people, but you did not listen. You did not listen. Until it got way out of hand and he had to put it to a point and blow it all out of proportion to get your attention so you can finally see and accept that this is not who's supposed to be in your life. You can't tell me. Not only did God tell you, your ancestors told you. You can't tell me your ancestors didn't tell you about these people. You can't tell me your angels did not tell you. That's their job. But none of this would have been way out of proportion, all out of line to the point that it's setting you back if you had just listened. So you have to at some point, you have to sit down with yourself and accept your part in all of this. This channel is about healing. How you heal is accepting your part. It's not always the blame of those people. What about you? What about what you did? What about what you allowed? You allowed these people. You allowed them to betray you. I ain't talking to nobody like I don't talk to myself. Honey, can't nobody tell me about no doggone betrayal. Can't nobody tell me about people, places, and things betraying somebody. And how that hurt and how you got to dig yourself out of that stuff and you got to get back on track by taking responsibility of the part you played in it. Because that's the only way you're going to get out of this situation. You can't keep, I'm going to cut them off and that's going to be the end of it. And, I'm just going to not trust. No, that ain't going to work. That's not going to work. Because at the end of the day, it's going to manifest other ways because you no longer hold the power. They hold the power because they got you where they want you. But when you take your power back and learn the lesson and forgive yourself for not listening to those warnings, those nudgings, and placing these people, places, and things over yourself and placing more value on them and how you feel about them than what God is trying to tell you about them. You got to forgive yourself for that. And you have to acknowledge that. Because see, now you're in a place of fear. So if you're in a place of fear, you're out of order. You're not aligned with God. Because God he don't play about no fear. He don't play the fear game. The moment you start to fear and you don't have faith, you're out of order. Now, again, we're human. Nobody's perfect. We all get scared sometime or two, time a peg or two. We get a little fearful, but you got to reel that in, baby. You reel that in. You get a little fearful. Oh, okay, I forgot myself. So if I forgot myself, I know what I need to do. I need to start praying. I need maybe pull back that plate a little bit, so I can figure out what seems to be the problem. Why am I in fear? There is no fear. If you believe God and you align with God and God is your source, what are you in fear for? Just like God tried to tell you about the people that was betraying you, it was you that didn't listen. So just like God told you then, God gonna always tell you. It's up to you to listen. It's up to you to believe God, not them. Believe God. Believe what God is telling you. Believe in what he is revealing to you. That trumps everything. And then when you believe God, you're going to have faith to be able to take action to correct, to take action to do what it is that God is telling you to do. Because your feelings, your emotions is all up into this thing. You don't want to cut this person off. You don't want to believe this person is betraying you. You don't want to do the thing. You don't have no proof. But God is saying this. I'm going to have to cut. Y'all can't tell me. You can't tell me. I have had to cut people off that I truly, truly love. Felt like family. And God said, no, you have to let them go. They not right. They not truly, truly for you. You love them more than they love you. You would do more for them than they would do for you. You have to let them go. And it hurt me to let them go. You can't tell me. I don't tell you nothing that I don't know. And some things God tell me to tell you that I didn't go through, but I still have faith that it is what it is. I have the energy that he gives me behind it. But this betrayal, oh baby, I know all into betrayal. Can't nobody tell me about betrayal. Can't nobody tell me how it feel. Can't nobody tell me how to deal with betrayal. I know it to a T, how to deal with it. I know how I feel. I know how to get myself out of the situation. I know how to get myself aligned back with God and get back on track and turn myself. Turn. I know how to guard my energy, not isolate myself. Talking about I can't trust nobody. No. You trust people. You guard your energy. You don't give your energy out to people, places, and things until you know they are worthy of it. You don't let nobody in your personal space until you know who they are. You try the spirit by the spirit. You don't live yourself in isolation and fear for what? You got a life to live. And how in the world in isolation and fear you gonna find your tribe? You can't find your tribe in fear. You change the dynamics. You cut people off because they don't resonate with you. You cut people off because they don't deserve to have your energy, your time, and your effort. That's why you cut people off, not because you fear and you don't trust. No. When you don't fear and you don't trust, they got you. I keep saying it. They got you. They got you. They got you. And when they got you, under these circumstances, you would never be successful. Everything that's supposed to come to you, they're going to steal your joy, steal your time, steal your abundance, steal your energy, steal your relationships, steal your happiness. Everything that they can rob you from because you are in fear and you are not standing in your power to know who you are and value who you are as a person. You are in fear, scared. Somebody gonna hurt you. Why? They hurt you because you refuse to see who they are. That's how. It never wouldn't have got that far if you had opened up your eyes to see who these people were. God tried to tell you. You can't tell me he didn't. Because when he tried to tell you, you didn't listen. He sent the ancestors. When you didn't listen to the ancestors, no, God, angels, ancestors. God tried to tell you, you didn't listen. He sent the angels to tell you, you didn't listen. They send the ancestors. Now, when they send the ancestors to tell you, that's when all hell break loose. That's when you're forced without you can't even fake the funk. The ancestors not going to play with you. You can't fake it. You can't run from it. They going to put it in a way where you can't run and you can't hide. It's going to be right there in the open for you to see. That you can't say, oh no, it ain't what it is. When it get down to the ancestors, that's when that betrayal become really, really real. Because it's the ultimate betrayal then. Because you refuse to listen to God, you refuse to listen to the angels, and now the ancestors is here, and they not going to play with you. They not going to play with them, the people who betrayed you, and they not going to play with you. You will be forced to see the truth about these people, places, and things. Betrayal, don't get it twisted. It's not about them. Everything is always about you. No, you didn't ask to be betrayed. No, you living you doing, you giving, you love them, you giving, you trying to have a friendship, you trying to have a relationship, you trying to be a family, be a good person. But what did we talk about yesterday? What did we talk about the day before yesterday? Karma, forgiveness. Now we talking about betrayal. And it all fits in one of these categories. So if you betray somebody in another lifetime, eons ago, you don't remember, your soul remember, but it's karma time. It's reaping time. Because you sold it way back when, but now it's reaping time. What are you gonna get off of taking this situation, taking this betrayal, and dumping yourself in fear? All that's gonna do is create more karma. And then if this lesson is to learn about yourself and forgiveness, and you are bitter with that betrayal, all you're doing is conjuring more and more people to come around that you got to forgive. Guys, you have to learn the lesson. When you learn the lesson, you have to sit down. Because part of learning the lesson is sitting down with yourself and accepting, acknowledging, and healing the part that you played. When you get done with that, then you have to look at the individual. When you look at the individual, you got to look at the part that you allowed it. You allowed these people to cross your boundaries, your spiritual boundaries. You allowed these people to come in and take and rob and steal your beautiful energy. Now, a lot of you at the time that you was doing this, you don't really know. You don't really know that you're a high-ranking individual. You don't really know that you a healer. You really don't know that you outrank these people and you are a healer and you are you don't really know. But that's what this is about. It's not about the hurt, the betrayal. It's about getting you where you need to be to learn about you. So often, people can't move on because somebody had hurt them and somebody had betrayed them and somebody caused them trauma. People can't move. They go to their grave in this little box, cycle after cycle after cycle, based off something somebody else had done to them. That's bondage. That's self-bondage. Self-bondage. You're putting yourself in a box and allowing your soul to cycle around because you refuse to look at the situation from a perspective that you allowed it. You allowed these people. You refused to learn the lesson. If you had learned the lesson, you would have stopped and blocked this long time ago and went on about your business. But it got so bad because you wouldn't let it go. This person was never meant to be in your life for 10 years. This person was never meant to be in your life for 20 years. This was somebody you were supposed to pass by, learn a little something, and go on about your business. But you allowed this person to stay and clench and cling on to you for 10, 20 years. And God said, I can't allow this to happen no more. I need you to move on. I need you to go to the next cycle. I need you to go to the next thing. So I got to take drastic measures. Angels, ancestors, get your people. I need them to be out of this energy and I need them to be moving on. But instead of you seeing it like that, you take it as a personal attack. This person betrayed me. They betrayed me. They hurt me. Everybody. No, baby. No. Yes, these people betrayed you. Yes, it's a lot of people because you won't listen. You won't take action when God tells you to take action. When God tell you, leave that person alone, you don't leave them alone. You let them stay there. Y'all just stay there and stay there and stay there. It's 10, 20 years. You still, and they just knife, yapping, gossiping, telling your business, making a fool out of you. And you just letting them, because you feel that they love you just the way you love them, and that is not the case. So, for those of you that, and I know I have people on here who are living in fear, I'm going to need you to sit down with yourself. You can never get your new beginning. You can never get what it is that God is trying to get to you, because you cannot live life in fear and expect for God to come in and miraculously give you this life. How can you live? How could God give you a life when you're in fear? You're not even in faith. You don't even believe. Because if you believe and if you had faith, you would not be in fear. They don't go together. And if you in fear, you're giving your power to these people. You're not getting. If you in faith, then you high. You giving your power to, and you're connecting to God. That's the way it go. In faith, you're connected. You're giving your power, your resources, and you're connecting and aligning to God. In fear, you're giving your power away, and you're giving your control, and you're giving your power away to control, manipulation, and being made a fool out of. Because fear, it's low. It's low. It's a low vibration that parasites come in. Parasites, your ops, come in and take. That's why I always say take your power back. Who holds the power? In fear, you don't hold the power. You've given your power away, and you continue to give your power away in fear. But how you change is you sit down with yourself. Because it starts with you, it ends with you. Nobody else. This is about you. You sit down with yourself and be real and honest with yourself about the situation. Sit down and allow God to show you each time that he tried to tell you about these people. Sit down with yourself and allow God to show you those conversations, the things that were said to you that you didn't pick up, that you override, you didn't listen to. I guarantee that if you sit down with yourself, God will show you everything you need to see about the situation, so you can start healing this thing and start taking responsibility for the part you played. And the part you played was not to listen to what God was showing you about them. That God had to take it all the way to the ancestors to get you to see these people for who they are, because the ancestors, they ain't gonna play with you. They gonna make it raw. They gonna make you hurt because you refuse to see. You're not gonna see any other way. So it sets you back. That's how you know the ancestors was involved, because it sets you back. The betrayal, the ultimate, the way the thing come out, the way it hit, the way it go by, you did not listen. And so the ancestors be like, okay, all right, we about to show you. And when they show you that these people now, it sets you back, because they just don't care. They care about your soul and your salvation. They don't care about your feelings getting hurt, because if you had listened, your feelings wouldn't have got hurt. That's the way they see fit. They don't got time to sugarcoat. It's raw, it's truth, and yes, it's gonna hurt and it's gonna cut you. But they help you get back on track and heal. But a lot of you have not sat down with yourself to acknowledge the part you played in how this thing went about. It wouldn't have went this far if you had just listened to God. The nudges, the warnings. It would have never been this rough on you. And then when you say a lot of people, That means God really was trying to tell you. He went through person to person to person to person to person, trying to tell you. If you are a person that a lot of people betrayed you, you are a special type of person. You got some type of special gift, some type of special talent that God can't play with. And God ain't gonna play with. God took you through trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma, and you refused to see it. And to the ancestor came in and brought the hammer down, that you gonna see this, and you gonna let these people go when we get done with you, because this is about your soul and your salvation. And we need you to see, because this is who you are. But you settling down here. We got to get you right. We got to get you back on the training ground. Get you back in alignment with the Most High so you can continue your training. But you selling and you settling, and you're stuck. You're stuck in a place that we can't help you. You're stuck in a place that you need to be getting out of, and you're not getting out of it. And these people, places, and things around you is causing you to stay stuck, and you can't see it. So we got to really, really get down and dirty in this thing to pull you out of that dirt, and pull you out of that clay, and pull you out of that stuff. Because you're meant to be here, and you're behind the power curve. We got to get you out of this thing. So when they get in and they set you back, it sets you back. Because by then it's the ultimate betrayal. It's a betrayal that you can't even pretend that ain't there. So I'm going to need you to sit down with yourself. I'm going to need you to start healing and allowing God to work with you to get out of this situation. Because what I'm feeling is that you're not meant to be isolated. You're meant to guard your energy, but not isolate yourself and not trust people, because you have a soul tribe that's supposed to connect with you, to align with you, and you guys supposed to do a work together. And you would not reach that in this state that you're in right now. You're sabotaging your soul tribe to come in and help you get to the next phase, get to the next point. And God's going to that's not where things are supposed to be for you. So I'm gonna leave it right there. If you donate, want to donate for the kids, for the band, the program is in the description. If you want to be considered for the coaching session, I need you to comment. Don't just say I want to be in the coaching, because that ain't gonna do it. We got like a couple of more days. I think I may have one person, but I'm still looking for the second person. So comment, like, share, go subscribe to What About, my other channel, this is a Taurus channel. The other channel is going to be all signs. So you have a sun, moon, rising, Venus, all of your signs. You need to be looking at those readings as well to place everything together. And so that's what that channel will be. But right now, I'm only focusing on this channel. And so I need you to subscribe over there at that channel. So when I start that channel, you will be getting those readings as well. So with that being said, but I do want to lastly say that if you are in this predicament, please, 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 please know that this is in love, that what I speak, I've been through. What I speak and how I'm speaking and what I'm saying, I told to myself. And so what I'm saying and how I'm talking and how I'm delivering, it is not to chastise anybody. It's for you to get to moving. It's for you to get out of that situation that you in and move forward. It's for you to understand that it's because of your value, your worth, and your energy field that you were betrayed in the first place. It's something in you that somebody don't have. It's something in you that somebody wants. It's something in you that somebody wants to possess. It's something in you that somebody wants to control. And that is why the betrayal even manifested that way. But they see it and you don't. So in order for you to see it, then that's why the betrayal had to manifest, because you saw them, but you can't see yourself. And you need to see yourself, and you need to acknowledge who you are. That's the only way that you will win over betrayal and over people and over negative people and people that want to possess and sabotage and rule and control over you. You have to see your value. You have to see who you are. You have to see your worth. Not only see it, you have to stand in your power and your truth and stand up for yourself. So with that, I'm going to end it, and I'm sending you love. I'm sending you healing, and Trinity is